Good morning, true crime friends. We're back here together again, and today is Friday. Don't you love a Friday? Oh my goodness, I love a Friday. I like a Thursday too, but I really love a Friday. But look, we need to talk all the latest true crime because there is a lot going on. So much happened yesterday. But the first thing I need you to do, hit the like button on this video. You know how we do. You walk through the door, you grab your cup of coffee, you hit the like button, and then you settle in so we can talk true crime. And then on your rewatch, then you can play bingo and see if you can win a prize. The bingo cards are in the description. So look, yesterday in true crime, a lot. First of all, excuse me. Remember that dude, Thomas Brannigans, who was like the Microsoft executive? He founded the company or something. I don't know. He did something fancy. He was like a very, very, very rich white dude, right? Good for him. Somebody assassinated him in front of his child. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, who could have ever done such a thing? And then they caught the people. Girl. Okay, so first of all, it was his ex-wife's new husband. And I was like, wait, I'm gonna need a flow chart. Is Brandy Churchwell available to make a chart so we can understand how all of this flows? Because Thomas was married to a lady, and then they had some kids and stuff, and then they got divorced. And she went ahead and had kids, and he went and had kids because both of them got into new marriages. Okay, great. He's your ex-husband. I understand y'all fighting over kids and stuff. That happens all the time. I understand that you might feel murderous. What you're not supposed to actually do is murder. See, that distinction. There's that distinction. Feel homicidal. Don't be homicidal, right? But like all crime starts in the heart. So you got to watch your mind, watch what you're thinking, because here's the thing. Her ex-husband, first of all, like the hitman or whatever, got arrested. Okay, and this was the ploy they used. This dude goes in and out the same road every time, right? It's a one-way highway or a one-way like little road. Somebody put a tire in the middle of the road so big that he couldn't drive around it. So he's like, what is this tire doing in the middle of the street? So he gets out and he goes to move the tire and somebody shoots him. And I don't know how they caught the dude. Oh, his child was in the car. He was dropping off his two kids with the ex-wife from like daddy-daughter date night or whatever. And he had another child in the car, a 3-year-old. So this 3-year-old sees his father get gunned down. Horrific, right? Terrible. So they pick up the hitman. The hitman was like, yeah, that dude hired me. So they were like, okay, that dude, come on, please come with us. They get him all locked up. Now listen, that dude who hired him was the new husband of the ex-wife. And I was like, oh, yesterday the ex-wife got indicted. She got picked up. Girl, you done messed up your whole life. Behind being mad, your whole life. And this state of Florida is seeking the death penalty. I have never heard of them seeking the death for like a first-time murderer. I mean, yes, they do that. And obviously, y'all know Florida. Florida's not playing with this death penalty. If you look at somebody wrong, Florida's like, can we get, I think maybe, where's the firing squad? Can somebody go get some fresh bullets? Because we're going to need that firing squad. And it used to be in Florida, it had to be like unanimous. Like all 12 of the jurors had to say, yes, okay, go on, take them out back and whip them with a switch and put them, throw bullets at them, whatever they're going to do. Now, like one person has to maybe think it's a good idea and they can put you on death row. I mean, that's not exactly the rules, but they changed the rules so it's a lot easier. Girl, you in trouble. And you got kids. It's bad enough that you took your children away from their father. Okay, that's what you was trying to do. Let's be real. That's what you was trying to do. And now you've taken all of his kids from you, all of his kids from the widow, none of these kids are going to grow up with their daddy. And now you crazy lady, your ex-husband and his hitman friend or whatever, and if I'm going to commit a crime, I need to not get caught. Like, that's the bottom line. But word on the street is that her ex-husband and his hitman might have rolled over on her behind. They was like, oh, Florida? It was her. It was her. Here's all the notes. Here's all the WhatsApp. Here's all the proof. What else you need from us? You're not going to put me on this death row. Let that heifer go. Oh, and the ex-wife apparently moved back to Washington State. I'm not sure if it's D.C. or state, but I think it's Washington State. So she moved over to Washington State, where it's beautiful and lush and green. And she's living in a mansion, okay, that her parents are paying for. So wait a minute. You come from all of this money and Was she being a Lindsay? You know, we don't say Karen no more because my sister's a Karen and Karens are delightful. This lady was probably out in these streets being a Lindsay. Like, I want my kids. I will stand for nothing less. Clucking like a chicken all over town. And now she's going from her mansion to the big house. She was in a big house. Now she's in the big house. That is not a transition you want to make. You know what they don't have in the big house? Starbucks. You know what they also don't have? 1,000 thread count sheets. Girl, you about to be on a hard mattress. I guarantee you it's not a cooling mattress. As an aside, if you know of a good cooling mattress, please drop it down there in the comments because I'm a hot sleeper. Also, I'm going through menopause. Child, I need a block of ice to sleep on. I'm just telling you right now. But it needs to be soft because I'm a delicate flower and I can't be having all that pressure on my body when I sleep. So anyway, they're not going to have good thread count. They're not going to have cooling mattresses. Yes, those jail outfits, they look very comfortable, but they don't show off your cute figure and stuff like that. And I heard they're scratchy. Listen. Y'all don't have any like ponte knit or nothing like that? Nothing that's soft and caresses my skin? This lady is not going to enjoy jail. I don't know what her name is. Mrs. Brannigan, ex-Mrs. Brannigan. She did marry somebody else, so her last name is probably not Brannigan anymore. Ma'am, murder is wrong. Just to reiterate, murder is wrong. But you know who people hate when you murder the most? The very, very most? Rich white dudes. You shouldn't murder anybody of any race or any background. But like a super rich white dude? Honey, this not gonna go good for you. I'm just letting you know. I hope you have a good lawyer because this not going to go good for you at all. Now, if they don't have all the good on you, then maybe what they will do is plead you down from the death penalty. But they starting the death penalty, which tells me they got some of you. That ex-husband, his friend, they talking, girl. They talking all about you. Everybody talking all about you. And you know what I heard during the Lori Vallow Daybell case? That the prisoners, the inmates, the whatever you call people that is locked up in jail. Hey, inmates, residents, whatever y'all call that they tend to be true crime fans. And why wouldn't they be? Clearly, crime is their hobby. I mean, not the innocent ones, but whatever. But true crime is their hobby. And they follow all the big true crime cases. So what you going to look like rolling up into the jail with the poor thread count sheets and not the soft uniforms. And everybody knows your name. That's one place you don't want to be popular. You want to be popular at the bank. You want to be popular at the country club. You want to be popular at the tennis club. You know where you don't want to be popular? Jail. What's worse? Prison. And because the district attorney was like, this is the last time we're going to talk about this case. You know, when your mama says it's the last time she's going to talk about something, you know you in big trouble because she got the goods and she don't have to tell you nothing. She will dole out the information as she sees fit to dole out the information. And so you better have your story all the way together because, lady, I know you're going to get it. You're not going to get you a public defender. Oh, your rich parents, they're going to get you a nice, good lawyer. I don't know who they're going to get for this. It better be somebody extra good. Because best case scenario, from where I'm sitting, you get like 25 years. I don't want, you know you don't want to do 25 seconds. 25 years? And what happens to your trust fund when you go to prison? Do they still make you payment? Like, do they just fill up your commissary every time it's commissary time or whatever? Most places, they have a max on what you could buy. So you're going to have like the headphones and the radio and the good tampons and like a piece of paper. You're going to have the tablet. Oh, you're going to have all the stuff that's over there in the commissary. You might even get you a contraband cell phone. You know what you're not going to have? Freedom. I would give up all of that stuff. Excuse me. I would give up all of that for freedom. Just to be able to open up the door and walk down the street if I want to walk down the street. Because sometimes you need to go for a walk, not in prison. And to buy fabrics of your choosing and high thread count sheets and cooling mattresses. On another note, speaking of unaliving spouses, Thommie, what's his last name? Randolph, whatever. That the widower who has 6 dead wives. How did he get a date at all? You got 6 dead wives? You can't talk to me. Yeah, you know what? You got 3 dead wives. You probably can't talk to me. Now, if you are 80 and they all died of natural causes and you were not a person of interest and a whole bunch of other stuff, you have to have good hair. Your teeth must be perfection. You got to have a lot of money in the bank. You have to be willing to give me some of it with no strings attached. I want to pay it outright, not interest. Child, I got rules. But you got that many dead wives? I don't know you. Here's the thing, though. How you got this? How you even know this many dead people, right? You hanging out with the wrong people. Okay, so look, here's the bottom line. Court TV is reporting he's getting love letters. What? Who is writing writing to this man. Now listen, I can see some hairstylists writing to this man because all them pigtails, those white pigtails sticking out the side of his head, looking crazy. Okay, so maybe some people are like, "Dear Thommie, your hair looks a mess. Send." Like, I don't, But also, he likes to be, his name is Thomas Randolph or Rudolph. Thomas Randolph, I think, right? He prefers to be called Thommie. Okay, like you 4? You're not a 4-year-old, so your hair look like you 4, but you are not a 4-year-old. But he wants to be called Thommie, and he wants to spell Thommie. You're just throwing all kinds of extraneous letters up in there for no good reason. So we are going to do what needs to happen, and that is that we are going to call your name. We're going to pronounce your name the way you spell your name, Thommie. And child, you a mess. And now every time anybody says your name, we got to spit. We all sounded like we got a list. Thommie. What about fat tongue people? You have to have compassion on fat tongue people. They can't be saying Thommie because then they be just like spitting. Unsanitary. Anyway, he's getting love letters, which says to me, if he were able to walk free from this case, which I doubt, because he looks terrible. Not just like yes, he looks terrible, but the evidence in this case, sir, you think nobody there in Las Vegas has heard of this case? Even if they're only considering everything they saw in court, they like, he don't look right. Was he asleep? Now, they don't know you over there on some narcotics. You're like, oh, my back, my pain, my this, my that. Okay, Harvey Weinstein, with your walker and your cane and your guide dog or whatever else you got over there. Child, So it tells me, all these love letters tell me, he could potentially have a 7th wife. Is it a woman who's looking to unalive herself? She's like, I'm depressed. I don't want to be on this mortal coil no more. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to marry that dude. That way I can do a public service by giving him some money, which, by the way, not a public service. I can give him some money and I can just no longer be here. I'm about to be on the other side of glory. But like, ladies, just take poison. I mean, honestly, if you really, really feel like it's not worth it. Now, we do not advocate unaliving yourself at all. Now I'm going to have to drop the unalive hotline. For your records, you know how like 911 gets you like the police, 988 on any phone, anywhere, at any time, get you the unalive hotline. Commit it to memory, write it down, put that on your refrigerator. 988 will help you if you were in need. But if you're like, my 9 works, but the 8s, they stuck, I'm going to just marry him instead. First of all, that's a bad idea. There are much less painless ways to just go and be done with all of this. But like, forget about the bullets. Can you imagine him naked? Oh God. Oh, the wrinkles, the freckling, the ED. Like, oh God. Can okay. I'm just sorry. I can't. And then in his court case the other day, I tuned in and out of that one, right? Because it's a long case. It's a lot involved. But you know, I'm always over there on the 13th juror. I wake up in the morning. I go onto Brandy's channel, the 13th juror. Hey, Brandy girl. And then I hit like as soon as I walk through the door, like I'm supposed to. Go and put some DNA on that like button. And then I'm like, okay, let me put my one earphone in and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to do my work. And then people will ask me questions and phone calls and I go to meetings. So I take my little headphone out and act like I'm actually listening to the meetings. And then I tune back in and out of the meetings as I can because, I be trying to listen to Brandy. And so I don't know all of what's going on, but I was watching the other day and I was like, is that a dead body on my TV? Are we just out here showing dead bodies? We're not going to blur out the face or nothing? They had 2 different dead bodies right there on my TV. I was like, oh no. Oh, that is rude. Oh, so what he look like? We look like, that's what you look like when you're dead? Ooh. I mean, because if you've been to a funeral with an open casket, you've seen a dead body, right? You've seen plenty of dead bodies, especially if you got like your grandma got a bunch of old friends. When I was a kid, we used to go to my great aunt's house, right? Oh, my great aunt, so sweet, so wonderful. And she lived in Detroit because her second husband or whatever, her husband had lived in Detroit. So she moved to Detroit. And we were like, okay, we were not from Detroit, but we went to Detroit all the time to see my great aunt. And so sometimes we would spend like a week or 2 weeks with her in the summer. And she would be like, okay, on Monday, we going to Mr. Smith's funeral. And on Tuesday, we going to Miss Jones' funeral. And on Thursday, we go go have some coffee at the McDonald's with Miss Jones and Miss Van Sickle. And then come Tuesday, you'd be like, her Van Sickle dropped over dead. So we go after this Miss Smith's funeral, we're going to drop by Van Sickle funeral. We went to so many funerals on the bus because she didn't drive. And I was like, here we go. Back on this city bus in the city of Detroit. And then while we on the bus, we going down the street. She's like, you see that store right there? That's where Mr. Smith got mugged. Oh, you see that bus stop right there? That's where Mr. Johnson got hit in the head with a brick. Oh, that's right there. That's where they stole my purse. You know, that's when I start putting my money in my bosoms. You know, we call that the safe because they not getting in his bosoms because I got on a nice tight girdle and I zip it up and they can't get access to nothing. But you know what they do, baby? They cut the strap on your purse and then slip your purse out from under your arm. I'm like, I'm 6. Why am I hearing about all this crime and destruction and death? What is happening? And what is my mother doing back at home in Indianapolis? We up here learning about crime and going to funerals, and she out there living her best life. Yes, she is a single parent with 2 children. Yes, she probably needed a break. On top of being a single parent of 2 kids, she was a corporate executive. So my mom is out here going to board meetings and coming home at night, going to Wednesday night Bible study. But Wednesday night Bible study only takes 2 hours. What was she doing in all that extra time? Was she out there having Calgon take me away baths and having her boyfriend spend the night and stuff, living a irreverent life? I don't know what my mama was doing. If I know her, she was like, ooh, I finally get to watch some Columbo in peace and put my feet up. I'm going to have to turn this channel on my own because these kids, you know, back in the day, we ain't have no remote control. You gave birth to remote controls when I was a kid. You had to plug. My mother, listen, me and my sister would be in our room. We'd be on the other end of the house. My mother would scream like the house was like, Kathy, you running down the hall. Mama needs something. She'd be like, yes, mama. And she'd be like, baby, can you turn that to channel 13? What? Wasn't it closer for you to just walk them 4 steps from here to over there? So, hang on. Hand me the TV paper while you up there, because you know TV paper was sitting on top of the TV. So, you'd be like, this heifer. But you know, I'm 6. So in my head, I'm thinking, this heifer. Out loud, I said, yes, mama. And so I took the TV paper and I handed it to my mama. And I'm sitting there waiting, thinking, my game of goldfish is waiting. Now, I do not know what the holdup is. And she was like, oh, yeah. Try channel 4. You'd be like, okay, because you know we had to turn that, and you had to fix the rabbit ears so I'm showing my age, but some of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. You fix the rabbit ears and readjust the foil on them or whatever so she get a good signal. You'd be like, okay, can I go, mama? She's like, no, hang on. She watched for a minute. I seen this one. Babe, try 7. Can you turn the channel 7? Thank goodness it was only 4 channels, because otherwise I would have just stood there all night being the remote control. She'd be like, oh, yeah, heart to heart. Okay, yeah, go on. And so then my sister was over there looking through my Go Fish cards, cheating. It was a rough childhood. I'm telling you. Y'all don't even know. Now y'all just got video games. Your mama's got remotes. Now your daddy might be like, baby, come find this clicker for me, because we can't never find a remote control in this house. I put air tags on mine, so my husband like, baby, where's the clicker? And I'm like, hang on. And I get on my iPhone and I'm like, it's under the couch. You sitting on it. Okay, I'm going to go back over here. You know what? It's all these years later, and I'm still in charge of making sure everybody has access to channels. That don't seem right. Have I come full circle? Child, you know I'm far afield. Lord, I'm far afield. But anyway, all of that to say, I don't even know what I was saying. Thommie has pigtails, and it's a crying shame. He could potentially get another wife. Also terrible. In his trial, they showed 2 dead bodies on. Oh yeah, that's where I was going. It was 2 dead bodies on the TV, but they was not cleaned up like down at Watkins Funeral Home. You know Fred Watkins got a good funeral home. I don't care what town you live in. I don't care where you from. There is a man named Fred Watkins, and he got a funeral home. Every family has a Fred Watkins. Now, it might be something slightly different, but at the end of the day, it's Fred Watkins, and he give out them Jesus fans. You know, the big fan with Jesus on the front and the funeral advertisement on the back. Was that just me? Anyway, Fred Watkins Funeral Home had the bodies cleaned up and looking lovely, and they would all go, oh, she looks so peaceful. She looks good. Ma'am, she's dead. Auntie, she already on the other side of glory. But, okay, these bodies in the Thommie funeral, in the Thommie trial, they didn't look good. Blood, dry, face all dry skin. Oh, Lord, let me be cute when I'm dead. Now, I plan on being very, very old. Very old. But I want you to style my hair cute. I'm gonna need a good outfit, a push-up bra for the funeral. But then, listen, when it's time to go and put me in there, take that bra off. Let them titties hang low. I'm just saying right now, I need them to fall to the left and fall to the right. I do not want to be laid up in the ground with the girls on. Who that. And wait, when you go to the other side at the Endless Heaven buffet, are you still wearing what they buried you in? Well, you're not wearing your body, so I guess it really doesn't matter that much. But I'm just saying, you can put me in it, make sure I look good, make sure I'm all like, but not too high. I don't want to look like I got a goiter. Everything is all up here. What I'm saying to you though is that when it's time to put me in the ground, I don't want a funeral. I don't want to be put in the ground, just for the record, so you know. But if that happens, take my bra off. Don't even take it off. Slip your hand in right before they seal up the casket. Little scissors, clip, 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 cut it right up. Everything pop out. You know how like them biscuits where you put the spoon and it pops out? That's what I want to happen to my bosoms in the casket. And then go and put me in the ground, do whatever you need to do, because the girls is free. Once the girls is free, you can live happy, comfortable. Your whole life gets better. Because you know what happens. You come home from work, you be like, ooh, baby, hang on. Yeah, hey, baby, how you doing? How was school? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, baby, tell me about your day. What happened? That's how that goes. Okay, so look. I do have to get on with the rest of my day. I actually have other things to attend to today. I'm about to finish out my cup of coffee. Now, what you could do is go on and download yourself a bingo card, and you go rewatch this video, and then you can play bingo, and maybe you'll win a prize. Listen, I'm going to give you a bonus. Dead like a carp on the floor. I think that's one of them bingo cards. I don't know. I don't remember. Because Miss Renee, hey, Renee made the bingo cards. Renee is an angel. She is a saint. But so are all our other true crime friends. It's a lot of y'all. And you know, I barely remember the names of my children, so you know I'm not going to remember your names. But when I see you in the comments, I'm like, oh, hey, girl. Oh, how you doing? Oh, hey. I can't pronounce half the names because I'm simple like that. But whatever. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're on this channel. I'm feeling much better. So this weekend, I plan on doing at least one video a day, maybe more. I don't know. We just gonna have to see how it goes, but they will definitely be very impromptu because I got things to do. These kids need school supplies. I got to figure out a Quest Diagnostics blood test order. I don't know. Did they send it to LabCorp and this child got to go up here and get his blood took? That's a whole nother thing. Okay, whatever. And y'all don't need to know about my HIPAA. Shh, don't tell nobody I told you about the blood test with the Quest because, you know, HIPAA. All right. Y'all have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.